Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, let's get into a connection spread today. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest and most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for the beautiful twin collective that joins me here? How are the feminines on the left, masculines on the right, looking at the connections at this time? What is the connective energy? And what can we see in the near future? So we are getting love, celebration of love. Now, I don't want to be cliche, but I'm looking at the differences here, and everything that society would say might be remarkable or different than we typically see. So I'm thinking age difference, religion, ethnicity, gender, anything that people can point a finger on that says not like each other. That's being harmonized right now into the future. And there's strength here. The angels are conspiring. This is part of the unity consciousness movement on the planet. We're getting the Moon Queen and the world and separation things here. So anything that has segregated, anything that has separated, anything that has come between and caused some kind of a distance is being harmonized, is what I'm hearing. The Moon Queen and the world. So this is secrets coming to light and cycles closing out. Because of the love here, any apparent differences are being brought together in the name of love, and that is healing the separation wound. We're looking at energetic coherence, not physical realm diversity and expression. So that can be anything. Take it how it resonates for your connection. That's being healed right now or into the near future. So I'm actually just going to ask, what do the masculines have to say about that? Do you think about me too? I want to start a family with you and I want you. So they're not questioning whether you think about them as much anymore, and they're the biological urge to start a family is like up for consideration. Or, you know, if that's simply not a factor in your connection, they are putting that down in lieu of being full in with you. This is an infinite love, and they want to be completely invested in this connection for you, not for even the biological things that you can bring, just the soul level, the infinite love. So they're no longer questioning if you think about them. They're no longer questioning any of the things that they thought would work or not work in this connection. They just want you. That's what they would say. What do the feminines have to say about this future, near future energy of harmonization to the masculines? Love is the answer is what flipped out. So yeah, feminines are staying the course with love, and anything is possible with love. The two shall become one. Their focus will become unified. What's going to be illuminated to the masculines going forward regarding these connections? Okay, it fell on the card. Okay, this is the sensual connection, the passion, the deepening monogamy, coming out of player energy or spreading energy too thin. It fell on the feminine's burden. I haven't read this card yet, but this is the Ten of Wands, which is a card of burden. They're both wands, Ace of Wands, Ten of Wands. As the feminine's burden releases and ends, the masculine deepens with the feminine. So if there have been karmic situations, specifically marriages or legal matters or living situations or schooling, anything that has been a focus that the feminine has had to deal with prior to being able to be free and clear to pursue these kinds of relationships, the masculine's passion is ramping up in a monogamous, unadulterated way as that burden ends. It goes hand in hand, and it's not because that burden has to be cleared in order for the masculine to feel this way. It's literally the way energy works. Like, it's not a preference that the masculines are lording over the feminines. They're not waiting intentionally for that. It's just the magnetic pull. When there is spaciousness to be free and clear, to pursue, that's what elicits the genuine passion growing. What is going to be illuminated to the feminines coming up? Oh, Two of Cups and Princess of Wands. So we got the Prince and Princess of Wands, but the Two of Cups, I'm going to hold them up together because those are, you know, emerging, developing energies. The Two of Cups is in the reverse here. There is a twin flame caduceus. So the message I'm getting is like a surrender to taking it slow. There's nowhere to go when we're going there together kind of thing. Like, there's no end goal. It's just this togetherness that's coming in for the feminines. The Princess of Wands is a free-spirited card. So as the feminine's burden is released, this free-spirited, joyful, playful energy can return. And that's where this love deepens in a natural growth curve, is what I'm hearing. But the feminines aren't seeing that quite yet. This fell into the future. So just surrender to the process of coming through the burden right now, feminines, and allow that to be your diligent process, and trust that in time, as you are able to bring more spontaneous, carefree energy in, the love will match that as it grows. Okay, so for the masculines, we got Four of Coins. This is the opening of the heart currently, as the feminines are finalizing karmic burden. So it goes hand in hand. Once the masculines open their hearts further in response to this, that's where the passion comes in. That's where they have a new level of inspired passion. In the connection energy, Knight of Swords and Page of Coins. Here's that kindness card continuing to be central in the connections. Kindness of self, kindness of other. This is not something that needs to be communicated. Communication is in the reverse right now. And this is deepening the compassion. This is something that's being learned without having to be told by the other or shown. This is something that's being discerned in the connection. I'm just going to ask if there was to be communication in the 3D, or if there were no filters, what would the masculines say about this appreciation that's growing in the connections? Now is not the time, but it's in the reverse. So it's becoming more ever present, ever ready, ever available. The masculines are not so much thinking in distant future anymore. It's coming back into being now. What can the feminines express if they had no filter? So yeah, feminines are feeling it. They are definitely feeling this passion engage as well, and looking forward to that. They know there's nothing as satisfying as making love to somebody who has this degree of kindness, genuine connection. Okay, let's get into what the reading will show us. Oh, I just split the deck to commitment and miracle in the reverse. I heard it won't take a miracle anymore because it's genuine, it's earned, it's authentic, it's warranted, justified. Okay, so what can we see? Thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of the highest and most beneficial information. What can we see for the collective? How is the collective thinking of each other, these connections, and each other? Feeling on the heart space and for each other. What are the manifestations, the actions, the challenges, the solutions, and the directions of these connections at this time? Okay, conscious mind for the connections. Communication in the reverse. So there is a little bit of a pause in communication because we just got the Knight of Swords in the reverse and this one, but this says the frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information on many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. So I'm actually hearing that there may or may not be communication with our counterparts right now, but this connection has taught everybody involved to really measure how they are showing up with everyone that they talk to, with random people, passersby, strangers, family, friends, business colleagues. Everything is being measured through running things through our hearts for appropriate discernment of what we're putting out there, what we are perceiving, and really allowing that to be a way of life. These connections have taught us to become more and more authentic. And watch your words. Exactly. Everybody is being asked to really show up across the board in everything you do through your heart space out into the world. What is this bringing in for the connections? This is the foundation necessary for the accountability for the long term here in these unions. What can we see that the collective is consciously aware of for each other, for their counterpart? Belief. The frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and a strong connection to source. So it's an 11. This is a bell ringing, a wake up, 1111, manifestation. Watch your words. Your words are creating your reality right now. And everything that you believe in comes through your actions, your words, how you frame things, how you phrase things, the tone, all of it. So acting in belief, being in alignment with the belief in this love, we're seeing the reality of that emerge. Turn knowledge into wisdom. Exactly. So there's a knowing, there is a belief in each other now. And that wisdom that is being asked of us is this compassion in action, belief in action, living it, living the Tao, walking the walk, talking the talk. That's coming through. Hi, Harold. Harold, come here. He was out when I started this. Hello, Harold. Hello, Snuffy. What can we see for the direction? More inner bravery to really speak from this knowing, to embody this knowing, to make decisions from this knowing, trusting the love, not buying into the illusion that we are separate, that we are worthless or, insecure. This is about embodying our worthiness, believing in love, believing that the other person loves us, that love is available to us, that we are love, that we have the opportunity to be love into the world. This is that bravery. There is a real teamwork energy here in bringing a motion of love onto the planet. What can we see for the heart space for these connections? Change. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. So yeah, we are making these changes from the uncertainty to the certainty, from the not knowing to the knowing, from the disbelief to the belief. We're changing over, and that's an inside job that's translating to the external manifestation of the love that we've all been called towards. So these connections are up-leveling our hearts, trust in the great mystery. So this is a mysterious process that we're all undergoing this on the planet. It's so surreal sometimes to feel it, to be living it, to have it playing out through us, coming through us, channeling. But this is grace, knowing we are all in this together. It is a grand rising, a grand becoming. Where is this headed? This inner stability, the inner knowing. The 9 of Coins is this autonomous whole energy, and this is a deep inside job. All the changes that are occurring are coming to be because of that inner alignment that you have been unifying within you. What is the heart space for the counterpart at this time? Merkaba. The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of realities and dimensions. It activates our access to the Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. We connect on such a soul level with our counterpart, and we do traverse other layers of reality, but these true love connections are the only connections outside of the parent-child, ideal parent-child relationship that bring in unconditional love. And the degree of empathy that we have for each other to really see into the heart and soul of each other is this traversing of the layers of reality and dimensions required to actually unify people in relationship, to actually have true love in relationships. So that's what I'm getting here, is that it's really opening our eyes to conscious recognition of the divinity in another. Not just saying that we glimpse it, but living there, understanding what that is as a way of life within relationship. Bring your ideas to life. We are designing this. We are the ones qualified because we are the ones in line for this. We are privy to this information in real time because we are living it, designing it, channeling it, downloading it. So bring these ideas to life. Be inspired by this amount of love. Allow yourself to draw on all the potentiality of the Akash. That means past lives, that means multidimensionality, that means access through your counterpart's energy, and brainstorming, sharing, designing, living this together. Bring these ideas of peace on earth, heaven on earth into being through the love that's here, through the repatterning, reprogramming of what is acceptable in societies for these love connections. What is the norm? Love knows no bounds. So bring your love bravely into existence and bring it in. It's safe. We are creating safety. We are creating a time on the planet where we can draw from all examples, choose the one that fits us and our relationship, and exemplify that into the world in full love. What is this doing? How's this going? Some ideas are brewing. So your ideas are amazing. Your ideas, you are on the top of the mountain. This always reminds me of a pilgrimage in Tibet or something, like a holy pilgrimage up to the top of the Himalayas. And this beautiful, grace-filled Queen of Swords is sitting there coming to epiphanies on how to bring this stuff into action. So your ideas are amazing. Pay attention to the innovations, the joys, the celebrations you're inspired to have because of this love, and see what's possible. Bring it in, trailblaze it, demonstrate it, have it be shown loud and proud. What can we see for the manifestations that the twin collective is being asked to bring forward? We get conception, so there are babies on the horizon. There are ideas coming in that have never been seen before, interdisciplinary ideas, radical combinations of gifts and talents and perspectives that have never been unified. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and the possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention, independent thought, independent direction of energy, partnering, bringing it in, continuing to stay in your creator being alignment, where you're manifesting heaven on earth, the reality that you wish to see, the change that you have been waiting for, embodying that and coming together in these partnerships to conceive of next level things coming in. Claim your independence. So this did come out in the reverse. There is an independent process here and a merged, unified tandem process. What is truly life affirming is good for you and partnership. It is good for you and the planet. It is good for you and the eternal direction that this is all going in. So we have these conceptions, we have beginnings, and we have continuities. And so if we bring through and birth more and more beautiful things into this dimension, less and less blameless things, less and less destructive things, more and more alive and life-affirming things, we are understanding how to create optimum conditions for ourselves and others. And so, yeah, there are some brand new things coming in, but because you've claimed your independence already, and now we're seeing, you know, the two coming together to create a third energy, this independent trials and tribulations are coming to an end. In these unions, there's inner progress that says, I've arrived, I've done enough, I can come together, collaborate, conceive of new things, that it doesn't have to be painful, solo, alone. It can come together for a purpose, not a need. That's really beautiful. These connections, there's a mindset shift that says we don't have to come together for survival templates, we can come together for purpose. That's the missing phrasing there. It's not a need, it's for a purpose. But it's for a higher purpose. It's not just for survival anymore. What can we see for the actions the twins are being asked to focus on? Heart chakra. The green flower of life supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and body. Yes, we're harmonizing so many polarities right now. The mind, the body, any discrepancies, any differences in relationship. We are, through the heart, harmonizing all of this. Our head and heart is coming into alignment, which is causing us to understand what would set each one of us free and make us each so delightfully happy, what we would wish to see in the world. And so, yeah, continue just taking action through the heart space. We got that message earlier that it's running everything through the heart out into the world. Take a leap of faith, live a heart-centered life. Don't be superstitious that this is going to be something that's difficult, or that it's not, that it's naive, or that it's not time for that yet. Allow it to truly be there. What else can we see? Yeah, your eyes will be opened as you cultivate this as a walk, as a way of life. Your eyes will continually be open to the revelation of heaven on earth, is what I'm hearing. What can we see for the biggest challenge? Oh, divine feminine. The frequency of divine feminine supports our receptive and nurturing soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding, our connection to all of creation. So this is unity consciousness. This is oneness. This is the challenge, continuing to receive the instructions on what unity consciousness really is. Watch and wait. So we are going to be shown this. It's not something we need to do as an action. This is a feminine receptivity that all of humanity is undergoing. We've gone breakneck speed towards more, faster, better, harder. And now we are receiving, we're returning to the Gaia energies, to the garden again. And so watch and wait, it's being restored. The birds all say, "Aho." And they giggle too. And look at that, giggling Hierophant. So divine feminine, and the Hierophant is a divine masculine energy here. Watch and wait. Look at this color here, and sparkles all matching. So there is an as above, so below. It's like Gaia is being returned back into the energetic balance, is what I'm getting from this. So that's the challenge, is just allowing it to come through us, to get out of our own way, to choose life-affirming things, to receive the knowledge that shows us the instruction in every moment. We don't have to overly prepare. If we're in alignment, we just know truth. Our heart just is heard, you know? What is the solution to this challenge? Earth Gaia frequency. The frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to the physical plane by showing us the beauty of all aspects of the Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal spiritual aspects of our nature. So it's a return to the garden, return to the more natural process, return to this earth, coming home, grounding into this treasured Eden. integrating into it, not raping, plundering, and pillaging it anymore, treasuring it, receiving it, having gratitude for it. But this is also the more sentient spiritual awareness that we are entrusted with as human beings. We aren't abandoned. This planet is a gift to us, and we are meant to thrive here, is what I'm hearing with the Ten of Swords. So looking out over the illusion of separation and saying, it's an impossible thing to think anymore. We are not separate from all of creation. We are one with it. We've got to come back into that awareness. I channeled in a private reading today that we need to love like it's second nature. And the message was that there is so much inherent in the natural processes, in the forest, in symbiotic relationships, that we can take instruction on how to let things play out naturally, how to trust the process, how to receive the goodness of the timing and synchronicity and flow, that we're being brought back into observing that layer of reality that is inherent in existence, and to work with it, to befriend it. So there is that in the energy today, where it's an illusion that we're separate from it. It is part of us. We are part of it. What is the direction of the connections in the near future? Solar plexus chakra. The frequency of solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. When we feel connected to nature, when we are part of all of existence, everything matters, and we are accountable. We know we are potent. We know we affect. We know we are affected by everything we encounter and witness. And this knowing produces the generosity to be a true contributor from the heart. You are never, ever alone. Never alone. This is the interconnectedness coming in as a way of life. The solar plexus chakra is our third earth chakra. It's our pinnacle earth chakra. It's the ego. It's where it can go into egomaniac energies. But this, when we remember our place, when we remember our cosmic belonging on earth, it is not foreign to us. We are one with it, and we are truly empowered. This is allowing us to open our heart space and give freely because we are so blessed. That's really beautiful. Okay, everybody, many blessings. Bye for now.